It's a framework typically used for individual schools. But the Guam Department of Education is looking at accreditation for the entire school district by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, something Superintendent Jon Fernandez calls the Blue Seal of Learning.
And it's a first for us, it's a first for WASC. What that means is that using the same accreditation framework that we would use at a school, we're now going to look at the divisions and the central offices and the leadership and the board to determine whether at the central level we're providing the kinds of supports that are needed to advance our state strategic plan and support all of our schools in terms of supporting teaching and learning.
DOE has worked over the past several months to develop and submit an initial report to WASC. WASC representatives are now here in Guam for the next few days.
They'll be visiting with us to have conversations with various stakeholders, parents, students, teachers, central office staff. And what they'll be doing is kind of validating what they've seen in the report. And again, at the end of their visit, they'll come back with some findings and recommendations. So once we have the district accreditation, once we accredit all of our schools, at some point we're going to look at streamlining accreditation so we can start to look at larger portions of our school system. So for instance, looking at the central office and as well as the elementary, middle, and high school feeder systems.
This would look at the entire road to graduation, from elementary schools that feed to middle schools and high schools that ultimately lead to graduation.
So instead of doing it school by school, we're looking at systems that affect our kids. So that's down the road. It's something we started to talk about.
Fernandez said Guam is leading the field in this area, and jurisdictions in Hawaii and California are watching our progress closely.
We'll see in January when we meet with WASC whether we'll get the approval and the accreditation initially from WASC. So it's very exciting for us as a department, not just because we want to know how to connect the dots from our central office and our schools, but it's also exciting because we know that we can be a model for other school districts and jurisdictions.
The WASC visit ends this Wednesday. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.